that's the start. 'Cause watchers don't view, and doers don't watch. Let's get to it.
Good morning, everybody. Surprise, surprise. I decided to do a pop up live. Good morning, Mama Freddie, Copycat, Brandy F, Tomcat Koala. Good morning to everybody. I thought this was a very, very important subject. Um, a lot of times we get stuck on different things. We get stuck on it. And I have been one to get stuck on water, right? Y'all know that because, water is life and life is water. And so I think water's really, really important. But I want to. Good morning, Mama Leem. Lady Casca. Good morning, Lady Casca. You're not at work. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on in this world. But I've been reading a lot, and y'all know I like to read, and this really like touched me. Okay, because I thought about this. I thought, okay, none of us have probably ever been in a war situation where there's actually war in this country on the ground that we remember, that we know about. I mean, we've heard stories and things like that, but to actually be living in a war zone is a scary thought to me. And I'm sure most of you will agree. I don't care. You can act like you're Mr. Billy Badass or Brutal Bertha, right? But really, if you really think about that situation, it what's going to happen? Like, okay, so we get bombed or whatever happens, right? And then and then we make it through it. And then we're looking around like, okay, how do we survive through it? And I think that that is a big question. Like, okay, we made it through, and now we have to survive. I want to tell you a quick story. This is an incredible story. There was thousands of men that found themselves as unfortunate prisoners of war during WW2. And basically, there's a man, his name is Andres Tama. He was the longest held POW of World War II. He was 19. He was captured by the Soviet Union in the fall of 1944, right? And his story is unbelievable. If you've never read Andres Tama's story, you need to read it. He was placed in a POW camp east of Leningrad, and the war ended, and plans were made to shut down the camp in 1947. Andros Thomas was sent to a mental hospital when the prisoner camp closed. Many believed he was insane because he only spoke gibberish. Like no one could even understand what he was saying, what he was talking about. As it turned out, the gibberish that he was speaking was not gibberish at all, but it was Hungarian. And doctors at the mental hospitals had never heard the language before and therefore had no idea that they kept him in the hospital. He was perfectly sane. And they had no idea for more than 50 years, folks. 50 years. So his story, I just wanted to mention it. He was 75 years old when he was reunited with his family. And two of his siblings were just 7 and 1 years old when he was captured. But they recognized him at a looking near identical to his father. So if you've never read the story, Andres Toma, Toma, you need to read the story. Really was eye opening to what could happen, right? What could happen. But what I want to bring up this morning is 100 different items that maybe we haven't thought about. That little nitbit of history I just thought was really important because that man went through a lot. And each of us, if a situation happens, we're going to go through a lot. We're going to go through a lot of confusion, being scared, uh, being overly angry and tense, and those things we're going to have to deal with. And that's why I've always said that it's really important to be mentally and spiritually centered. I think that's probably one of the most important things we can do. But then comes the list. And this may be something that you may want to grab a pen and really think about this, because these 100 items are going to disappear first. There was a man that wrote this and he shared it with the whole world. He was a survivor of war. And so I thought I would bring it to the channel because it might be something. And I actually took some things off here and made my own list of things that maybe I didn't have, or maybe I need to step up a notch. And so I thought that because of his experience in life, yeah, exactly, Brandy, his experience in life can teach us a lot. And I always look for things that are very important, I feel, to not only just talking about prepping, but things that we could do. I mean, I think a lot of prepping channels, honestly, we kind of get stuck and stupid. I talked about this the other day. We get stuck and stupid, and all we talk about is food and water, food and water. And it's like there's so many other things, right, that we should be talking about. So I want to start off the list. We're going to go through the whole 100. You might want to grab something to write with. I mean, you really might want to grab something to write with. This could be one of those things where you go, what if? What if it happens? You know, I have a lot of these bases covered being out here in the sticks. Country Prepper. Now I'm speaking your language. Okay. Country Prepper is one of our featured channels for the month. And as you all know, we have 12 featured channels. Right now we have 8. And you can find them on the community page if you'd like to support them. That'd be great. We're also going to have a live on the 19th where these featured channels will be on the show talking about how they're prepping and what they're doing. So it ought to be a really interesting show. But let's start with the list. Generators. Now, I have a weird feeling about uh, generators, and I'll tell you why. Honestly, I'll tell you why. I think that generators are great. I think they're wonderful, right? But we're going to have a situation where we run out of gas, and then how is that generator going to work? So there's a wonderful company, and I'm not an affiliate or any of that bullshit. Okay, I'm just telling you this from my heart. It's called Geniverse, and they have solar generators. And now I know y'all are probably going, "Oh crap, OTWP! I can't afford a solar generator." Well, I understand that. I'm not the richest person in the world either. But Geniverse has a program where you can pick out a solar generator, and for roughly about $100 a month, right? That they will finance you. It doesn't matter if you have crappy credit or good credit; they'll finance you. So it's like $100 down and $100 a month. And I've been looking into the different ones. I'm trying to figure out which one to purchase. I really want it because I want to be able to at least keep my fridge going. We can say and we can boohoo and whine if we don't have electric and we don't have heat and we don't have air conditioner, right? We're pretty spoiled. But I can get by without those things, but I want my cold drinks. I want my cold food. And I've looked into the root cellars as well. And so I am going to be taking y'all on that journey as we build not one, not two, but we're going to have 3 different root cellars and all different kinds. That way, if one fails, we will have a backup to the backup. As prepping people, we have to have the backup to the backup. But I think with the generator, there can be so noisy. When we were in the 36-foot Class A RV, that sucker, I'd turn that bad boy on, and one, it would shake the whole RV, right? And the second, oh, you did it. You did it, RCX. Cool. Um, it would shake the whole RV. And not only that, smoke, a lot of maintenance. You're going to have oil. You're going to have to be able to probably rebuild a carburetor because when I first got that RV, it was it was really bad. It was really bad. They get gunked up if you're not using it a lot. So generators, they're wonderful. I'm not going to say they're not, but you have the other issues to think behind that. The other thing is the noise. The noise is going to attract in an SHTF or in the world as we know it, gone out the door, war situation, you're going to attract everybody from miles around, right? Miles and miles around. And I think that could be very dangerous. Okay. Now, we have talked about water purifications, water filters. I've shown you how to actually make a very easy sand filtration system with things around you from moss to rocks to weeds. So you should be on point about filtering your water. We have talked about this for probably, what, 6 months, 8 months on this channel. So that's really important. Now, portable toilet, I have that covered. How many of you have a portable toilet, an outhouse, or just a 5-gallon bucket with some trash can liners? We've talked about that as well. So I hope you all are on point about those first few. The next one is firewood. I'm pretty good with firewood. I do want to bring another 2, 3 ricks of firewood, and I have butane, I have propane, and I have charcoal, lighter fluid, things like that. But I keep adding to those, and you can't do it all at once. So you're going to want to just take it a little bit at a time, but maybe write down these things on the list and say, oh, you know what? I really don't have that. Yeah, a 5-gallon bucket and the old cat hole. Yeah, digging it up like a cat. Make sure that you're dumping it far away from your property. Um, Over there at the guys in the forest, I Jay and them. One thing I've noticed is their sanitation is really bad, and they literally live in the forest, y'all. And you know this. I've taken you over there before when we took them gifts from our channel, and also, um, their sanitation situation is not good. They do have a big hole. They throw all their waste in it, and I'm talking the doo-doo, right? But it's really important to think about that waste and get it as far away from your property or your dwelling as possible because, man, you could have a real shitty situation. You could have a shitty situation, literally. So that's something to really think about. And I think that a lot of times we don't, or we don't think about like, oh, well, it's not that big a deal. But even that 5-gallon bucket, country prepper, it's going to fill up, and you're going to want to. I would say honestly, plastic bag in that 5-gallon bucket. I know it's kind of a disgusting, shitty topic, but honestly, and another thing to think about is just like the toilet paper shortage. Think about this, folks. That happened so quick, so fast. Was it orchestrated? Probably, probably, it probably was. They're probably running that stuff underground so we can't have TPE for 2024. I think a lot more shortages will happen, and I think we'll see that. Um, Guns, ammunition, pepper spray, knives, clubs, bats, slingshots, ammo. Those are really important. Good morning, remaining remnant, Tracy, Puddles. So I think that the Second Amendment is very important for protection, for hunting, and then you might want to throw in your fishing gear. The fishing gear could be very, very important as well. Um, Lamp oil, wicks. I you know when or if we have boots on the ground here in the United States and or something major happens, like maybe just a bomb. Okay, people are going to raid the grocery stores. So let's talk about a few more. Get down here to lamp oil, Coleman fuel. Coleman fuel is the prices went up, up, up. But let's talk about some basic things that I think are really important, like hand can openers, hand egg beaters, whisk, a grinder, those things that you can use without power. See, we have a lot of goals this year for 2023 here on our homestead. And one of the biggest things I want to be able to do is go a month with no electricity, go a month without having to go to the store, go a month without any of that, and knowing that I could make it 6 months or a year or 5 years. And that's going to take a lot of organization preparing and preparing for that situation, right? To run a 30-day sample of doing this stuff without having any of that. Yeah, Mr. Buddies are really good RCX. I agree with you. But you still have the situation that you got to store up the propane for it. I would still say get one. Get one. You also need to think about, we always talk about white sugar and brown sugar, but honestly, my go-to is honey and syrup. Honey and syrup. And I'll tell you why. Honey, it was a scientific experiment that they did, and they pulled up honey and they traced it way, way, way back. And they did all these tests on it, and then they actually ate it. So, honey, your local honey, get to know somebody that keeps honeybees, that you can purchase local honey, because your local honey can replace your sugar, and everybody's going to want some sugar, right? That's like really important. And country prepper, that's cool. That's fine. Using a fork to mix up your eggs is fine. But I also suggest that you get down to the nitty gritty. And just for example, folks, let's talk about this. Just for example, your water situation is getting low. And I'm talking low to the point that you're starting to go out and scavenge for water and haul water manually. You may want to have some paper plates and some plastic utensils to be able to save your water for drinking and washing your ass, right? Instead of using it for freaking washing dishes. You may want to we have one, we have several, I think we have three or four of them. I have one that's for oil, we have a couple that are for water, and we have a brand new one. They're the old plastic dish containers. And the good thing about those is that you can run your water, right? Do your dishes, or you can wash your face first, brush your teeth first with that water, do your dishes with it, rinse off your dishes, and then take that water and water your plants, or flush your toilet with that nasty water. Think about this too, is there's gray water and black water. Being on the RV, I learned a very hard lesson very quickly, and I will not tell the shitty story this morning. But I learned a very hard lesson about gray and black water. When you're traveling in a 36-foot Class A RV, we had a Fleetwood Bounder, and I wasn't paying attention. We had been stationary for, I don't know, maybe a week. And this happened in Tennessee, one of my favorite camping places, Cherokee, in Middleton, Tennessee. Great place. So I wasn't paying attention. Dragonflies always left that stuff up to me. And yeah, folks, that black water came up in the shower. You want to talk about some disgusting, shitty situation? It was not nice. And the thing is that you could have the same situation occur in your home. It doesn't only happen to RVers or full-time RVers. It can happen to your home. And that's really important. We had Jason on the show one night, Jason Bluchetta, and he is a master plumber. And you all might remember this. He was talking about you could get a valve, because if the water gets shut off, all that nastiness is going to come back in your house. And you are not going to be happy with a poopy situation. I'm telling y'all. And especially when you have to get in there and clean it, think about that part of it, okay? So avoid having your black and gray water come back into your home. If there's a situation where the water goes down, you need to have a plan in place to be able to overcome that shitty situation. Literally shitty, okay? It's we can laugh about it, but it's really, after you do it once, you'll never want to do it again. I'll tell you that right now. And I know from personal experience, okay? So I'm just saying, get your shit together. Oh, literally. So we also talk about rice, beans, and wheat, vegetable oils. These things are going to disappear in a war situation. They're going to be gone. Okay. So there's no time better than right now to do what you can. Don't overwhelm yourself, but do what you can, and prep some of these items. We got charcoal, lighter fluid, and it's going to become scarce very, very quickly. Very quickly. So that's another good one. We have 50-pound bags of charcoal, and Dragonflies found a great cell. And Bernie, there's Bernie. Bernie was lost. Everybody, welcome Bernie back. Bernie was lost. I went back through some of the live chats and started commenting on people that I know come to our show because I miss y'all and I want y'all to be here. And we have an awesome, awesome mag. Bernie, welcome back, man. So, so glad to see you, Bernie. And so, these are important things that we have to really, really think about. We got some prepper hugs going out to Bernie. See, we did miss you, Bernie. We did. Miss Bernie's back. Ba ba boom. Good morning. Dustin's back. Good, Dustin, what's up? Dustin found his way back home too. But these kind of things are really, really important because these 100 items, they're going to disappear fast, fast, fast. And oh, are you serious? Oh, Bernie. Hey, Bernie. This one's going out to you. This one's going out to you, Bernie. We missed you. We missed you. There's a lot of people. I shouldn't have played around like I did, and I mean, I have to admit it. I played around. I said I was going to quit and all that, and then boom, what they do to me? They took me down. OTWP TV News already got a warning. Oh, oh, maybe because I didn't go with the narrative. Oh, okay, whatever. If they're going to strike me this time, strike me good, okay? Because I'm going to let it rip on that channel. Um, Mini heaters. Uh, that's a good thing. Also, your water containers. This is probably, I don't care if it's big or small, it doesn't matter to me what size it is, right? I use, and I'm going to tell you the truth, y'all. I I probably look like the junkyard out here, but in the back of the cabin, right at the edge of the deck, I have been taking plastic coffee cans, and metal coffee cans, and cat litter bottles, all kinds of things, and setting them out there to collect water because I'm over the top with water. Like I said, we have renamed the cabin from Copperhead Mountain to Rain Catch Heaven because I really, really think that it's important to prep water any way you can. Many of us still buy root beer or Dr. Pepper or Pepsi, whatever it is, right? TNT. We got to find some of these people, y'all. If you see somebody out in a chat that always comes to the OTWP, please spread the word. Please share it out and tell them, say, hey, I found OTWP, and then they'll know. All of the lives and stuff are starting to get hashtagged to OTWP, hopefully to bring more people back. So, I miss a lot of folks. I think that was the biggest problem with me with the other channel is that I built that community up, and we all did, and I miss a lot of people. Good morning, Lenora. So it's really important. It doesn't matter what you store it in, but like if you get Dr. Pepper or root beer or orange Fanta, whatever it is, right? Take those bottles and rinse them out and use them to stow some water. And as you stow more and more water, you're going to kind of take that off your list and calm down a little bit. But once again, get a map, a paper map, and get out there in your neighborhood, in your neck of the woods, and definitely, definitely look for streams, lakes, ponds, any water source you can. I've even found just weather creeks that only are there at certain times of the year, and I've been marking those on the map. Hey, Bougie. Hey, hello, Tamara. So that's really important. Find those water sources. Don't give up. Carry a map in the car, or in your truck. And when you're out cruising around and you happen to stumble upon a good sized lake, a good sized pond, write them down, mark them. Try to make a radius within 20 miles of your home that you have and know where these water sources are. Really important. Really important because people are going to get out there and get it. A grain grinder, a non-electric grain grinder. We already have one. I'm hoping that dragonflies could. We have wheat berries, so maybe we'll do a demo and show how to use that grain grinder. Propane cylinders. There will definitely be shortages. They will be gone. Propane cylinders will be gone. They'll either be stolen or taken, one of the two. And also, to have some survival guidebooks. Probably my favorite is Bushcrafting, um, written by one of the most famous writers ever, Canterbury. I mean, this guy is so knowledgeable. He's been doing it forever. And that would be something good to have. Let's scroll up a little bit. Also, mantles, Aladdin's, Coleman's. Um, Long-term lighting will be very difficult. You want to have extra wicks. Um, any type of, I got tiki oil for the bugs. I got, we got lighter, the oil lantern fuel. We got extra wicks, but you keep adding to it. And then if you are blessed to have a little baby or grandbaby around, you might want to start prepping up some baby items because these items will disappear. They're going to disappear very quickly. I'm going to drop me down so y'all can see the list a little better because you might be wanting to write some of these down. Good morning, Georgie. Good morning. Good morning, Bougie. Tamra. Yeah, I think it's really important to have one. I really do, Tamra. Yes, a hand crank radio is really important. I'm going to be showing you a couple different things on the radios. But if you have babies, I mean, honestly, or you have those great little grandbabies or nieces or nephews that come over, you might want to start thinking about that. Or if you just got a big heart and you got some extra money to spend, put some baby supplies in your stuff. We don't have babies. We don't have babies around. But we do have ointment, aspirins, baby wipes, things like that, just in case we need to help a mom. You know, maybe we come across somebody that can't afford or is basically having a real hard time, and I think that's really important because even when the ship breaks loose, we're still going to want to act like community or try to, right? The other thing, folks, and you've seen it on the wall, is old washboards. Good morning, Shannon. Good morning. Everybody, welcome Shannon to the chat. Old washboards, a mop bucket with a wringer for laundry, an old metal wash tub. My granddaddy used to take a bath in there. We did when we were kids. But also some powdered soap and things like that would be very important to put in your preps. Vitamins, or, yeah, yep, yep, very much so. I think we're going to see some major things in 2024 with food supposed to, all the reports coming in that I've been doing some investigation about, and food is supposed to double, y'all, double in price. So this is the time to get these things. Also, the propane cylinders, you want to be very safe. Okay. You want to be very safe with the propane, not have it sitting in your living room. You need to figure out a way to stow that properly. And then also skin products, hair care products, feminine hygiene, and honestly, folks, even condoms and birth control. Because when the SHTF happens, or a war situation, these are going to be the things that disappear. And that's what we're talking about this morning. The 100 things that will disappear in a war. This came from somebody that actually survived in a war. Thermal underwear, tops and bottoms, socks. I would say definitely get socks. Maybe even get some hand warmers, some foot warmers. Those things could help as well. Well, copycat, I would say look into a different situation. That's probably not the best thing ever. Manual tools. We've talked about this before, and it is on here. I'm going to scroll that up a little bit. Oops, not all the way up there. Manual tools, very, very important. Hatchets, axes, saws, honing oil. I would even say vehicle things like extra belt, antifreeze, some fuses. Fuses would be a very good one to make sure that you have, folks. And then gasoline containers, plastic and metal, right? Plastic and metal. And I would also, as RCX said, is to have some spare gas. Some people have hundreds and hundreds of gallons of gas. Others don't. But I think gas would be, at least have enough. Like our little Jeep will go roughly 300 miles on a full tank. So it'd sure be nice to be able to go 1,000 miles, right? That, you being very conservative, you could go further. You're not going to be running around as much, but you might need that item to get out of Dodge. So that's something to think about. Also, aluminum foil, both types of aluminum foil, and there is a big difference. Find the union suit with the trap flap for using the toilet. Tara. Funny. Wow. Tripled. Good morning, dreaded seeker. Good morning. So I think that's another really good one is, if you go buy aluminum foil, and like I said, this list is coming from somebody that was in a war situation, put it out to the public, and I was like, wow, this is a blessing. This list is a blessing for all of us to kind of put ourselves in check and not get stuck on stupid, right? But there's different kinds of aluminum foil, and I'm sure you've seen it. You can go to the Dollar Tree, $1.25. And when are they going to change the name to the $5 store? Just asking for a friend. I'm just curious. Anyway, um, actually, the Dollar Tree has their quality of some of their stuff has went up, and I'm kind of impressed with it. But get heavy duty aluminum foil and basic aluminum foil. I'm going to show a really cool hack. I'm doing a demo, and you guys are going to love this hack with aluminum foil. I got actually two hacks with aluminum foil I'm going to be doing. I'll do them in the same demo. But that would be something really important, and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of garbage bags. I would get different ones. I would get I would get the light ones. You could get the commercial ones that are really thin, but get you some garbage bags. You can make it use them for ponchos. You can use them for sleeping bags. You can use them to take out the dew, right? When you have to haul out the dew, you got the plastic bags. Also, if you're on a limited budget, save your grocery store bags. We use the grocery store bags. We recycle, repurpose them, and we use them in our restroom. We have a small trash can in there. We never ever pay for plastic bags. We just keep stacking them, and we have a cool little container that they go in, and you just pull them out. Sorry about that, Puddle. Sorry, I won't do that again. RCX at this point, I think that we all should do whatever we can. And some people are going to need those dollar stores. Some people don't do Wally World. Some people don't do Target. Some people, they don't do different stores. I'll tell you right now, you better be looking for the sales and what you can do, because with this report that and it wasn't a report, it was word of mouth directly from a grocery manager here in Missouri. Food is supposed to double in price again. Can y'all believe that shit? I mean, again. So the other thing is toilet paper, Kleenex, and paper towels. Um, yes, Tracy, I have to ask somebody about that. We have a very knowledgeable person. I didn't get the app, but she got one, and I will ask her. Plant ID app. I'll ask her. She has one on her phone, and when she came out here to see me, her and her husband, and they helped me build this back wall and stuff. And he got up on the roof for me since I couldn't get up there because of my knee. She had an awesome, awesome app. So I will talk to her and ask her what that app is. Okay, Tracy, and I'll post it on the community page. I'll post that for you. Oh, that's a great idea too, Tamara. That's a great idea. Thanks for sharing that. 3-ounce candle in real mason jars. You could use them for homemade salves, spices, herbs. Good idea. Yep, yep, very true. So the other thing that I want, I'm going to go through the list though. Um, my gosh, I hope y'all have toilet paper, Kleenexes, and paper towels. I'm trying to prep out 1 year just on the TP. which is a lot. I've been buying it by the cases, and I found a couple really good deals where I could get TP 96 rolls for 35 bucks. And this is on a wholesale site. So you might want to think about buying some cases of some of those things that you want to use. The other thing about the TP is after it's used, and this is honest, you could also use it to get a fire going and let it burn off. Um, Milk, powdered and condensed milk. It says liquid every 3 to 4 months. I'm not sure what he meant by that. Garden seeds, clothespins, line, and hangers. Dragonflies already has that covered. A Coleman's pump repair kit. I already have that covered. Tuna fish and oil. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about, Dustin. That's why we're prepping up. Hey, Cherie, what's going on? Everybody, welcome Cherie back to the chat. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at, but now I started stockpiling again. Um, yes, and Dreaded Seeker, remember when I was camping and I showed those towels? And they're so tiny, right? They're like itty bitty things, right? And you don't once you get them wet, then they expand, and you can actually use them for gauze. You can use them for paper towels. You can use them to wash your face. You can use them for toilet paper. They don't have any chemicals or anything like that on. So those things are awesome. I'll put those in the community page today. I believe we have those already on OTWP Survival. Also, I want to let everybody know that there was a bunch of items that went out. Beth D got something. Jessica, the tumbler you bought. Ron Reno. There's a bunch of packages over there. And also, there was a bunch of stuff on the website that just recently went out too. Just so y'all know. Um, let's keep going because I think we're like getting down to the nitty gritty. I may be wrong. Tuna fish. Okay, we're gonna pull that up. And remember, I'll have to grab the coupon, but they did give us a coupon for survival garden seeds. Yes, the compressed towels. They're great, Dustin. Save them, man. They're great for like if you're going fishing too, Dustin. Like you can take and throw them in your fishing box, throw them in a plastic bag, and you have them instant. You can put them in river water or whatever, expand them, and wash off your face, or use your canteen. And man, I love those things. Vanning with Ada got some of those compressed towels too. They're freaking awesome. So clothespins, lines, and hangers. We talked about that. That's a must. And garden seeds are a must. Those are things that we have to have, folks. And this list, like I said, is coming in from somebody that lived in a war situation. Coleman's pump repair kit. I have that. I also have a bilge pump. And my new thing is I'm getting an air bubble. I don't know. I might get an air compressor. It depends. I'm going back and forth. I haven't decided which one yet. Tuna fish in oil, fire extinguisher, and large boxes of baking soda in every room. This is what the guy's suggesting because that baking soda can also put out a fire in an emergency. Also, we save our ashes. We save our ashes and use our ashes. I reuse them because there's a lot of things you can do with ashes, but you can make char cloth with ashes. You can make charcoal with ashes. There's a lot of things you can do with ashes. So you might want to make a little compost pile of ashes, a compost pile of food scrappings, a compost pile of cardboard, which we have the cardboard one going on, but it's for the garden. Um, first aid kits. And these are the things that are going to disappear. And I believe that, you know, this is the time to get these things before we need them. Batteries, every size, every size. I've shown it before, the Battery Daddy. I'll show it again on this channel. The Battery Daddy is great because it can actually test the batteries, it can actually hold the batteries. And I still don't think that's enough batteries, but at least it gives you a good start to where you need to be, right? Oh, that's cool. You use picture this. I think that Cherie, that may be the one that Steppin' in it uses. Is picture this. You might want to check that one out, Tracy. Garlic, spices, vinegar, and baking supplies. And if you have animals or big dogs, plenty of dog food. Flour, yeast, and salt. Matches. Strike anywhere matches. Strike anywhere matches. That's something to think about. Or to make your own waterproof matches, like I've shown before. And I'll be bringing back a bunch of those demos so that they're on this channel for reference. Yes, Dustin, I bought a Belge pump so that if we have a problem with the cistern, right, say the power goes down, then what I can do is I can take that Belge pump and I added an extenda hose to it so it can reach that bottom 250 gallons that we always have stocked there. Because the way they set it up, we can never ever reach the bottom 250 gallons. So I think that that's really important. And you want to mark them. You don't want to take, I'm going to say this from being on an RV. You don't want to take your clean drinking water hose and use it to siphon the poo. Okay? Let's think about this. I would say also some rubber gloves would be very important. And even though you don't like them, and I don't like them either, is some masks. You know, make them. You can make them. My cousin made me a whole bunch of masks. They're made out of t-shirt material, and then she put a little filter inside of them so you can remove that filter and wash it. I didn't want to wear their nasty blue or yellow or purple mask, so I had my cousin make me some just for emergency purposes. So that's something that you might want to consider just in case of a dust situation, in case of a fallout situation. You may want to get some nuclear gear too. We're going to have a nuclear series again. Work boots, belts, Levi's, and durable shirts. You know, I like Dickies. I like Dickie clothes. I like Columbia socks. And yes, they cost a little bit more, but they last forever. Do what you can do. Do what you can do. That's what I say. There's certain things or certain items that you may say, you know what, I'm going to splurge a little bit on those. And yeah, 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 very true, RCX. Good morning, Vanning with Ada. Good morning. Everybody, welcome Vanning with Ada to the chat. So, the other thing is flashlights, light sticks, torches, um, number 76 Dietz lanterns. Now, I'll tell you what, y'all, it's almost that time of the year. It's time for yard sales, flea markets, estate sales, things like that. Get out. You never know what you can find. I have a huge collection of lanterns. If and I'm talking old time lanterns. So, and I also have the oil lanterns. I have too many. So if there's anybody that really, really needs a lantern, message me. I won't give them away. I spent good money on them, but I will sell them very cheap. I'm talking like $10 cheap in shipping. Okay. I'm not sure how many I have right now to get rid of, but I'm going to sell them one place or another. So if anybody on the channel wants them, $10 plus shipping, just email me. But if, get out to those yard sales and stuff because that's a great place to find those things. Those tiki torches that they sell that are really cheap with the bamboo. Um, I got a bunch of those and the bamboo started falling apart, but I kept all the metal cans and replaced the wicks. That way you can recycle and repurpose them, right? Good morning. Look what the cat drug in. Carol's here. Carol. Good morning, Carol. Everybody welcome Carol. Yeah, well, copycat, I have a bunch of them. The ones in the house we're keeping, I think we have two for each room. I think we have like 6 or 8 of them in the house. But in the building, I got a lot. I got a lot. I don't even know how many. We're also going to be traveling down to one of my stash spots, and we're going to be opening the ammo can that I buried over a year ago. And we're going to see how the ammo can did. So that'll be an interesting video when I go down there and I'm going to undig it and see, like, I'm going to dig it up and see how did it do over a year. And I'll open it on the spot so y'all can see it. I'm very curious how it held up because it had all kinds of stuff in it. So journals, diaries, scrapbooks to jot down ideas and feelings, historic times. You might want to just get you some some loose leaf paper, whatever it may be. And let's scroll up. Okay, garbage cans, plastic and metal. I would say get plastic and metal. Get both of them. Also, uh, they're talking about men's hygiene items, and we talked about that. Um, we did talk about that. We talked about condoms, jock itch powder, all those good things that you have in your bathroom on a normal basis. You may want to have a backup. Athlete's foot. You may want to get some of those over the counter medicines now while you can afford it. Mouthwash, floss, nail clippers, cast iron cookware. Who in the chat has cast iron already? Click a one. Click a one. We do. Yes, good idea too. Especially when you're on a limited budget. Thrift stores, farmers market. Hit a one if you got cast iron in your kitchen. Those cast iron skillets are going to outlive all of us. All of us. And food tastes different in them. Now hit a two if you think food tastes different in cast iron. I do. I'll hit a two, 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 two because I think food tastes a lot better in cast iron. It doesn't have any type of chemical smell, any type of burn off. Man, you can scrape the heck out of it. See, so I'm really good with that. So hit a two in the chat if you think cast iron cooking tastes way better than out of a. Yep, yep, most definitely. Most definitely. So I think that's something that we all should do. There's a lot of twos popping up. Yep, I agree. I totally agree on that. So, fishing supplies and tools. I think everybody should definitely have a fishing pole, maybe a fishing net, and some type of basket. Even if it's just a simple pole, you could go buy you a cheap Zebco. Now, me personally, I have a Zebco, but I don't really use it. It's just sitting up there on my wall in the shop. My favorite go-to is my Abu Garcias, and it's not the new Abu Garcias. It's the old ones that were made in Sweden. Those are my favorite fishing reels, and then my ugly sticks. So I have several poles, and then my dad left me. He left me three Abu Garcias with ugly sticks, and he also left me two fiberglass poles. I wish I would have got his river pole, but I didn't. We don't. I don't even know what happened to it. Oh, yeah, because I like to night fish and copycat. It's a lot of fun because when I go out night fishing, go fishing by a lantern. So I take an old timey Coleman lantern with me and my pole, and I fish with bells. That's just so that I can hear my pole when I get a bite, and it's a lot of fun. Man, I've sat out there all night long fishing on the dams and stuff. So I'm really excited about taking y'all fishing in Missouri with me. I might be going to Colorado, and I'm definitely going to Nebraska to see my mom. So I'm looking forward to doing some fishing on the Missouri and taking y'all on that fishing trip. I got a couple great honey holes in Nebraska. One's up underneath a bridge. It was me and my dad's spot. Man, we had a blast, blast, blast. We would max out on catfish and bass in one day. Also, I'm hoping to get on some crappie this year. I love to fish, and I kind of put my fishing to the wayside because when my dad passed away, I don't know. I guess it just got to my heart. But I know he'd want me to get out there and fish, and I'm going back fishing. So y'all are going to see a lot of fishing this spring and summer. And I got to be quiet. I got to be quiet. I got some surprises that are going on for the channel, and I think y'all are going to really enjoy it. The next thing is mosquito coils, repellent sprays, and creams. Have you all ever seen those? They're a little coil, and I'll tell you what, we got a bunch at a flea market. They were on sale, and there was a round coil, and you light it, and it just goes around in a circle, and it turns to ash. I'll tell you what, those things work really, really good to get rid of mosquitoes. And you're gonna have to think about the bug situation because the bug situation is gonna be bad. Y'all gotta, you know what time it is? It's time for a music break because OTWP needs coffee. It's too early in the morning, and I need a cup of coffee. So watchers and doers, there's a big difference. I hope you all listen to this song a minute and hang out. I'll be right back. I got to get coffee. I only had 2 cups. Give me a break. Give me a break. I'll be right back.
Let's get it done. You, let's step it up a notch. We can do it. We can get it done. Don't do and do us don't watch. What just don't do. So let's step it up a notch. We can do it. We can get it done. And doers don't watch. What just don't do. And doers don't watch. So let's get to it. Let's get it done. You, let's step it up a notch. We can do it. We can get it done. And doers don't watch. What just don't do. So let's step it up a notch. We can do it. We can get it done. 'Cause we're doers. Yes, we're doers. 'Cause we're doers. And doers don't watch. This is it. Life's not infinite. It's the only chance we get. So why are we waiting? Why are we waiting? Will it click? Looking for the next new fix. Is this the new kind of sick? Why are we waiting? Why are we waiting? They say they have the answers, but no one's getting better. They say they have the answers. It's always pay to enter. And isn't life funny? Make some money. Spend it all to feel less crummy and think that we've made it. Think that we've made it. Well, what else? Sit by ourselves. Think about the hands we're dealt and all our guilt. Think that we've made it. Think that we've made it. They say they have the answers, but no one's getting better. They say they have the answers. It's always pay to enter and
Get back into this list. I had to get Java, y'all. You got to get Java. I had to, Tamara. I couldn't go any longer. You know, it's funny to me. Uh, That yeah, it is, Lady Kasky. Let me tell you, Lady Kasky. Let me tell you something. Dragonflies made that dump cake, right? Oh my goodness gracious, folks! I can't stay out of it. Blueberries and pineapple dump cake, y'all. Somebody drop with Lady Casca. Why aren't you a mod? Oh yeah, you are. Would you all go to the my mods? They can drop links. Would some of you go to the channel and go to the featured channels and drop their links? Those are the only links that'll be dropped. I can tell you who they are: Country Prepper 19, Vanning with Ada, Dragonflies, Roaming Prepper, Farmer Son. Who else is on our list? Zombie Prepper. He's trying to get his channel back together. They stole his freaking channel, man. Somebody stole his channel. Where's my list of who's on our Do the Dang Thing? These folks are on Do the Dang Thing. They are on the Do the Dang Thing featured channels: Vanning with Ada, Dragonflies Ozark Homestead, Rules for Thee, Hooga Homestead, Country Prepper 19, Zombie Prepper, Roaming Prepper, and Farmer Son. So if y'all would do me a favor, go check out their channels and let them know that the OTWP sent them, and let's help build their channels up and check out what they're doing, because a lot of these people, they're doing the dang thing. So each month, we still have 4 spots left for Do the Dang Thing featured channels for the month. And each month when we do these featured channels, I want to talk about it in a minute. It, it was something I wanted to come up with something different, right? I wanted to come up with something different instead of people just rushing to our lives to drop their links. So people that are actively involved in the channel, I check out y'all's channels. If you have a channel, I check it out. I like to know who you are. I like to know what you're doing. I like to know if you're doing the dang thing. So if you're doing the dang thing, then we're going to drop your links and you'll become a featured channel. You did. No, oh, what the heck is going on? Bougie, you're supposed to be a mod. Okay. Now you're a mod. I think I have all my mods back in line. Okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. Don't shoot the messenger. But these channels, for example, Roaming Prepper and Farmer Son, I want to give a big shout out to them because uh, when they knew that Off the Wall Prepper got taken down, they really helped me. They shouted out my channel several times, and they've always, oh, look what the cat drug in. It's Farmer Son himself. Um, these channels shouted out my channel and helped raise me up just like I raised them up in the get go. And also, Farmer Son, Texas Red Leg, Roaming Prepper, we all did a lot of lives together. And guess what, folks? We're getting back together. We're going to do something a little different than the Battlefield board. Farmer Son, and on the 19th, I'm hoping. No, Farmer Son's going to be here on a Monday. We haven't figured out the date yet. But Hooga Homestead, Country Prepper 19, Rules for Thee are going to be on the show on the 19th. And it's my way of giving back. I really want to give back to these folks because it is really about community, and it's very important that we all help each other. Glad to see you, FSP. Glad to see you. So let's get back into this list, folks. I'm going to drop me down again so that we can finish off this list of 100 items from a real life survivor of a war situation. And these will be the items that disappear. So we were at mosquito coils, repellent sprays, and creams. And I did see somebody drop that about Avon Skin So Soft. I've used it. It works. It works. Duct tape. Oh, here we go with the dang duct tape. But we all know that there's so many uses for duct tape. And any kind of tarps, stakes, twine, nails, rope, spikes, caltrops, all those things are going to disappear very quickly in a war type situation. And that's what we're talking about. The 100 items that this man shared that disappeared within a few days. Candles. Now, we all know and should know how to make our own candles. Laundry detergent. Dragonflies. Somebody dropped Dragonflies link. She has a great video. She has saved us so much money by making our own homemade laundry detergent. and now she has a new thing coming out, and I can't say it. But laundry detergent, I'll tell you this: all of our clothes smell fresher. It smells fresher. It's a lot better, and that's a great thing to mention, dreaded seeker, because when it comes to that situation, what you could do also is you use duct tape. You take it off of something, maybe start a little bag of recycled, repurposed duct tape, and use it to start your fires. See, we're all going to need to really tighten our belts because this stuff is about to get hairy. That's interesting, Tamara. That is interesting. So the other thing is backpacks and duffel bags. You can pick them up at flea market yard sales. You can buy them. You can also go to OTWP Survival. I just listed some very economical, durable bags. The black one that I always show, actually, this bad boy right here, this one right here, this bag right here that I have is listed on there. This one's listed on there. And it's a really nice get home bag. It's very, very durable, and I've had it for a couple of years now. So that one, it could be a really good bag to have. Um, but find you some duffel bags. It doesn't have to be something fancy either. Make sure that you have plenty of gardening tools and supplies. And hold on 1 minute. I'm gonna pull this list down a little bit more. We're working through the 100. We are. I think we're getting there. Scissors, fabrics, sewing supplies. You have a little bags of toilet paper holders with lint. Yeah, remember I showed several demos of making those. Also, canned fruits, veggies, soups, stews, etc. We're not going to get stuck on the food on this list. We all know a lot of channels get really stuck on food. Bleach. I think bleach is really, really important. There she is. Look what the cat drug in. Everybody say good morning to Elaine. She's here. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Victoria. Thank you, Bougie. Thanks for all the new memberships too, y'all. Copycat, Bougie. There's a whole bunch of you that became members again. I really appreciate it. But well, see, and Bougie, let me, I picked this list up from reading, and if you go back to the very beginning of the live, I talked about the World War II vet, and that was the longest in captivity. Oh, awesome. Yeah, we just talked about the security items. But you want to make sure that you get non-scented bleach. I would say have cases of non-scented bleach, and I'm just being honest. Um, Non-scented bleach, I use it in our water tanks, our cistern tanks. You can use it for cleaning dishes. You can use it for sanitizing so many things. Canning supplies. Oh, copycat, dragonflies. Thanks you so much for her birthday gift. I said, "Where'd you get those?" She goes, "Copycat sent me birthday gift." So I went to the store and came home with 2 cases of canning supplies. And Vanning with Ada, thank you for the gift too. We got it in the mail yesterday. I think Dragonflies did a video about it. Thank you so much. I got to figure out where to put that security system, but you know what? That was like really big hearted, and I really appreciate it because any extra security measures we can make here at the cabin are awesome. Thank you so much. Dry bleach. Oh, that's true. That's true. That's very true. Thank you, Tracy, for bringing that up. Canning supplies, jars, lids, wax, and knives and sharpening stones, files, stones, steel, magnesium. Those things are important. Get them. Get them now while you can. And a bicycle. I think a bicycle would be really, really. Oh, thank you, Farmer Son. I'm gonna put that up for her. She'll watch it today. Dragonflies FSP saying happy birthday to you. Her birthday was what, a week ago, y'all? Yeah, a week ago. You should go check out her channel, FSP. See what I got her for her birthday. She's y'all. She's dehydrating while she's freaking sleeping right now. So, thank you, Farmer Son, for that birthday wish. Getting a bicycle. I think that a bicycle in a SHTF or a war situation could be so helpful. Or a mini bike, a four wheeler, a three wheeler, a moped, a scooter. You know what I mean? Whatever it could be, but I think a golf cart. A golf cart could work too. I think everybody needs some type of other transportation other than a car. And then also sleeping bags, blankets, pillows, mats, things that are gonna be kinda comfy for you, right? Things that'll be kinda comfortable for you, and in case of a heating or a really, really cold situation, you're gonna want them. Wool blankets. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna tell it. I can't stand wool blankets. When I was in the Navy, they gave you one wool blanket. It was terrible, but I'll tell you what, you were always, always warm. You were always warm. Yep, yep. Um, you were always warm when you had a wool blanket. Get a wool blanket. Find you those ponchos, the Mexican Latino ponchos. They are the warmest thing you've ever worn. I'll show mine. They're really heavy duty and they're really warm. I don't like wool items because they're itchy, scratchy on my skin, and it just drives me crazy. Maybe because I slept with me in a wool blanket for so long when I was in the Navy. Yeah. See, yeah, I agree with you. But Cherie, I want to say if you had some wool blankets, you could also use those to hang up on your doors, your windows, whatever, because they're a great barrier to keep the heat in. So that's something to think about, even though I can't stand them. Okay. Um, Carbon monoxide alarm with a battery. How many of you in the chat, please say y'all do. There's 20 some people right now in the chat. Hit a one if you have a carbon monoxide detector. Please say you do. I'm waiting to see a lot of ones. Please don't lie either. Don't be bullshitting around. Merino wool. Thank you, Dreaded Seeker. Oh, there's another one. Okay, thank God. Thank God. Um, yeah, wool blankets are awesome. That's why they gave them to us in the military, FSP. Uh, I mean, they are warm, y'all, and they will disappear very quickly in a war situation. Okay, Bernie, glad to see you back. Glad glad to see you, Bernie. Big prepper hug. And I'm sorry that you cried when you thought off the wall prepper was gone. We missed you. We'll see you again. Look at the channel lineup, and it shows you now when all the lives are happening, except when I have time to do a pop up. Awesome, awesome, Elaine. The other thing, folks, is we've talked about this before: entertainment, board games, cards, dice, a harmonica, a guitar, things that just are down to earth. We have Yahtzee, we have Shut the Box, down to earth preps that will be a little bit of entertainment. If you have kids, you may be wanting to think about storybooks, crayons, coloring books, things of that. And then decon, rat poison, mouse and roach killer, mouse traps, ant traps, cockroach magnets, mouse traps. We got a whole box. I bought a box for Dragonfly's birthday. She got a box of, that's when you know you're really prepping, is that's what you buy your wife. You buy her some dang mouse traps. And I did. I did it out of the kindness of my heart. Okay, we talked about the baby wipes, oils, waterless and antibacterial soap, paper plates, cups, utensils, rain gear, shaving supplies, hand pumps, and siphons. Dustin brought that up, and we talked about that a little bit too. Soy sauce, vinegar, bouillons, gravies, soup base, reading glasses. Dragonflies just got 5 pairs, and I just got 5 pairs of reading glasses. Chocolate cocoa Tang punch. Everybody should have Tang. And I'm just saying, everybody should have Tang. We've talked about this before. Survival in a can. Chocolate. Wooden, no, woolen clothing, scarves, earmuffs, and mittens. Yep, that one was already on there. FSP, you missed it. Also, Boy Scout Handbook, Leader's Catalog, First Aid Book, the really, really important things like that. Elaine, I do have some on otwpsurvival.com. I do have some on otwpsurvival.com, and there's been a lot of updates to the website, so go check it out. Roll-on window insulation, graham crackers, saltines, pretzels, trail mix, and jerky, popcorn, peanut butter, nuts. I hope that, those are some things that will last a while, and I think those are really important too. Let's scroll down here. Now we're getting down into some nitty gritties. Your socks, underwear, t-shirt, I touched on that. And also lumber, pallets, pallets. Y'all, you can get pallets for free or cheap. Get you some pallets. If you demolish something and you have a bunch of wood left, make a wood pile, get it away from your property for snakes, but wagons and carts. Dragonflies has the coolest wagon, y'all. It is a foldable wagon. We keep it right in the back of the Jeep in case of emergency situation. Cat cots and inflatable mattresses, work gloves, warming gloves, gardening gloves, all types of gloves. Get gloves. Those are really important. I don't know about lantern hangers, how important that would be on my priority list, but I would just make it out of a piece of wire. I mean, honestly. Screen patches, glues, nails, screws, nuts, and bolts. I hope you all have some of those just laying around. And not only are these four next items great to have, but they're a great bartering item. Because I'll tell you what, when somebody can't get a cup of coffee or a cup of coffee, or they can't get a freaking cigarette, they're going to be tripping out. So, or a beer. So these would be great to have for bartering items. I'm not saying go out and buy them just for that reason. I'm saying, it may be something that, especially tea and coffee, that you may want, or some extra alcohol. Yep, yep, and that's how we need to become FSP, because it's to the point. I was just talking about it, FSP. We talked to a grocer, he's a manager. By 2024, folks, they're saying another 50% on food. 50. That's a good question. Does anybody know that question? How long bacon grease would last? I couldn't answer that one. I could not answer that one. Yep, we just talked about that too, Georgie. Oh, not really. Elaine's special brew. So if anybody knows the answer to that one, that would be a really good. I'll find out. I know a couple really good people that know, like, you name it, and they know it about food. I would be concerned about that too, Lady Casca, honestly, because you wouldn't want to eat it if it just went totally nasty. That's a good question. That's a really good question. Yeah, I would say it lasts a lot. Oh, Tamara, you think it lasts years? Hmm. Really? Yes. Everybody keep lifting up Bob, Betsy's brother. 3 to 6 months in the fridge, according to Google. I don't believe Google. Oh, that's true if you get all the crap out of it. Good point. The next one is chewing gum, candles, and I don't know what atomizers, hats, and cotton handkerchiefs and neckerchiefs, bandanas. Good point. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that, y'all. Oh, Thank you, Puddle. Now I know everything that we see on the internet is true. I'm so glad that everything on the internet's true. That makes me feel a lot better about a lot of stuff. Yeah, my grandma did that too, Lenora, where she'd just have it there. Hello, independent. Everybody, welcome Independent Mini United back. Um, so if you missed the beginning of the live, you need to go back and watch it. It's a real life accountability from somebody that lived during a war situation and the first 100 items that really disappeared. I think when I seen the list and I seen that he put it out public, I was like, oh, we need to talk about this. I hope that this live helped you all this morning. Now I have to go and do the dang thing. I have it's supposed to rain again, and I have 600. No, I have a 275 and another 375-gallon tank full. So I'm going to go transport those so that the rain catch cabin can catch some more rain. And then Dragonfly says, you should have did it yesterday. I said, well, they weren't both full. Now they're both full. We had rain all night. Nice to see everybody. I appreciate you being here. I hope that these 100, the 100 items helped you out. I hope that you, thank you, Puddle. Thanks, man. They gave me a warning and took down my video over on OTWP TV News. But if they're going to strike me, they strike me good, baby. I mean, they took down OTWP over some nonsense bullshit, so I figure let it rip. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and start closing her down, but you know how we do it at the O to the T to the W to the P. Big, huge prepper hugs to everybody. I'll see you at the next show. We have true prepper trivia coming up this weekend, Sunday night. We have the lives that are listed on the channel. They're up on the channel, so you can see them very easy. And, click on the ones that you want to see, that you want to join in. And also, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, because it really helps. And then also, don't forget to join us over at OTWP TV News for the POA report. It's Pissed Off Americans. We're sick of it. So we have that once a week. And I appreciate everybody being here this morning. But let's go ahead and light this baby up. Maybe we all learned something. Put a 1 in the chat if you actually learned something that maybe you were forgetting about. Because it's one of those things that we all need to rise up and we need to keep doing the dang thing no matter what. Even if the sky is falling, we got to keep doing it. This goes out to all of you. If the sky's falling, well, actually, I'm going to do this song for Beth D. This is for Beth D and her brother. Also, if y'all would do me a huge, huge favor for Dragonflies this morning. Her blood pressure was high last night. I noticed when she was sitting outside that her face was red, and it really bothered me. Then she came in, and I was working, and she told me that her ankles were swollen. So if you all could please lift Dragonflies up in prayers, thoughts, love, and hope, and Beth D and her brother Bob. We did lose Dragonfly's aunt, and I'm wondering if her blood pressure is high from some internal stress. So please lift these folks up, and anybody else in the chat that's having problems. God be with all of you. And this goes out to Beth D and her brother Bob, and everybody keep doing the dang thing, because by His grace, we're saved. By His grace. Can I get some amens in the chat? Tell us, see you soon. See you soon, guys. Love y'all. Big prepper hugs.
I have walked through the darkest valley. I was lost, couldn't find my way. But then I heard Him from within, He who died for my sins. He spoke my name, then I saw His face. Yes, I've seen His eternal glory. I fell felt his hand when I was astray. I never knew until then what his love truly meant. I was lost, but now I'm found by his grace. By his grace, by his grace, I've been saved by the grace of my Lord. By his grace, by his grace, I've been saved by the grace of my Lord. He is the Lamb and he is the shepherd. He's the burning flame within my soul. The fire in my heart. He is my joy, he is my song. He is right when all is wrong. He's my savior and the light in the dark. Oh, I know I'm on a long and arduous journey. It is a narrow and a winding path. But he is always there through hope and despair. And when I'm lost, I'm always found by his grace. By his grace, by his grace, I've been saved by the grace of my Lord. By his grace, by his grace, I've been saved by the grace of my Lord. He will never let me down. Help me stand my ground. He is always there for me. All the battles will be won. By his grace, by his grace, I've been saved by the grace of my Lord. By his grace, by his grace, I've been saved by the grace of my Lord. By his grace, by his grace, I've been saved by the grace of my Lord. By his grace, by his grace, I've been saved by the grace of my Lord.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic.